Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. We are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
How are you, T?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
We're drinking tea with tea.
I know. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's try this.
Yay.
I'm so excited
about this episode.
Yeah, like we're near the end, like literally just right before the finish line
of the season.
Of this season, because we still have season 11. But we got time.
Yeah.
No, it's time.
It's all good, man. This is episode 1021, which holy shit, we're here. Mm-hmm. Titled Goodbye.
Part 1.
And the Amazon Prime spoilie for this episode is the Camdens prepare for Simon's wedding.
Okay. Short and sweet.
So basically, all of the drama from the last episode is over because this wedding is happening.
She has her building, Annie.
Yeah.
She has her building. The curse is gone.
Right. And so ostensibly what's happening in this episode, and I guess the final one in the next episode, because this is a two-parter, is truly a wrap-up to the series. You can tell that the nostalgia factor is like strong.
Yeah.
Because it starts off right off the bat with like Flashback Central. Mm-hmm. Flashback to, I think it's the first episode where Annie and Eric are all like canoodly in bed, but then like one by one, each of the kids comes in, and it like interrupts them, and then Matt has to be parent number 3 and be like, "You guys, it's Saturday when Mom and Dad sleep in," and they all like shuffle out of there to like leave Eric and Annie with their privacy, to get it on.
You know, we should pepper in our first recording into this.
I wish I could care enough to do that.
Oh, that'd be so good.
It's not that I don't care enough. It's just like, why? It's not even the end of the series. Like, who cares?
I know. My God, I can't even imagine. Like, they got that call saying, "Guys, you got to come back for another season."
It's so crazy too because, like, well, I don't want to get into it just yet. It's fine. But like they were fully in wrap-up mode. Like, you don't do flashbacks to your first ever episode if you're not ready to be done.
That's what.
And then Annie has that whole moment where she's like, I feel like up until my mom gave us the news that she was dying, like our life was just so easy. And so like I had never really grown up until she died, and like that's when and mind you, because she died like when the series started. So essentially, these last 10 years have been Annie like growing up, like being like a woman and like stuff, like in her mind, you know what I mean? Like what an interesting way to frame it, you know, from her perspective of like
without the guidance
like
of her mother.
Yeah, like it all started with now I'm on my own in the world without my mom, and look at how far she's come and what she's done. Like she's raised all these kids and you know, like sent them on their way, and now she's like starting on this new chapter of her life where she's gonna run this whole business thing and you know, kick ass. And like it's a cool thing for Annie, I think, to have that moment of like, oh shit, like my life really only began 10 years ago and like here we are, you know.
And for all the times that we've seen Annie do something, but God, it's like I don't want to offend anybody, or not offend, but she does something and then she doesn't stick it out. You get what I'm saying? But this is exciting for her.
I think the other things that she's tried to embark upon were passions, but they weren't like a calling. And for whatever reason, this feels like her calling, like to help young single mothers who need a leg up in the world, you know, and help them get access to the resources that they need and go out into the world and be successful. Like that feels like what Annie's always done behind the scenes with her own kids or her kids' friends or whatever, and really something that she's like gonna kick ass at.
I know,
love doing.
This is exciting, actually. I'm excited. It's almost like she was in school for 10 years for this.
This opportunity.
Exactly. So it's cool.
What a very cool way to put it, T. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So anyway, so she and Eric get it on. Whatever. I'm glad we didn't have to see much of it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Keep it G, guys. But then like they're all like getting dressed afterwards, and she's all even more into it, and I'm just like, Jesus, Annie, keep it in your pants,
dude. I wrote down like, that good, huh? She just can't hold her. She just can't contain herself.
She's like freshly showered. He's like literally putting his shirt on, and she like unbuttons it as he's buttoning it. Whatever. We won't go into the details. You guys can just watch it if you're so inclined.
I even wrote "stop it now."
I know. I wrote ew. So then we cut over to Simon and Rose, who Simon is like asleep, and then Rose comes in the middle of the morning, because what we didn't explain is like this day is the day before Rose and Simon's wedding. So it's the day of their rehearsal. Everyone's going to be gathering, and they're going to be at the church, do the church run through, and then they're going to have like a little bit like a little dinner at the hall. At the hall in the hotel.
Yeah.
So Rose comes over to Simon's to just like check in with him, kind of thing, because she's gonna leave now, like early in the morning, to go down to pick up Umberto, to go to the hotel, wait for her parents, and like they're gonna regroup them and stuff like there. And then Simon's gonna go down a little bit later to group up with his family and everything.
Yeah.
So she comes in and she sits down and she's like, okay, oh my God, it's the day before our wedding. How exciting, whatever. Also, I have something to tell you. I may be pregnant. And
yeah, I'm late.
She says I'm late, and he's like such an idiot. He's like, okay, we'll go then. Such an idiot.
Remember whenever we were considering the question?
They had sex?
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly they have.
Yeah.
But then she says, I told you we were taking a risk. So what did they just do it the one time, like yesterday or something?
Seriously.
Like, when did they have sex? Yeah. I need to know. Like,
you're like, give me all the details. Not all of them, but some. Like, when did you guys start?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, have they been having sex? To me, it sounds like they just had sex once recently.
Yeah.
And because that's when she says, like, I told you we were taking a risk, you know? And he's like, yeah, I guess we took a risk. Here we are. And then he kind of gets all like he like takes a minute, but then he's like excited about it. He's like, oh my God, like that's great. I mean, we knew we wanted to have kids anyway. Like, yeah, who cares? It's a little bit earlier than we wanted, but it's not like I don't want to have them with you. So yeah. Whatever. He's like, he's saying all the things he needs to say, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like sends her out the door. And she says like she doesn't want to know for sure until after the wedding. Like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Whatever. So she leaves, and he immediately flips out.
Yeah,
and starts,
and flips in.
He literally flips over, and starts praying to God, saying how he's always been there for him in the past. Flashback to when he was a little boy praying for a dog.
Yeah,
God has always been there for him, and like be there for him now because he's not ready for this and did not sign up for this, and really just needs to get out of this somehow, and thinks like, you know, like I've made a major mistake or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the question is he talking about the baby thing or about the Rose thing in general?
Yeah. I don't know.
And I think they purposely left it vague like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a little all at once. Like, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into? What's happening? Like, I wasn't even sure I wanted to be with her and marry her, and now all of a sudden I'm having a kid with her. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, so it's like do.
He had
like,
another
what's
scare.
What's gonna happen? I know. So then we cut over to Rose and Umberto.
Yeah.
And she's like pacing the room, freaking out about the fact that she might be pregnant.
It's true.
Which I felt was a little shocking because I didn't expect her to be freaked out about it. I kind of got the sense that like she was into the idea. And she's like, oh my God, what have we done? Like, what have I gotten myself into? I don't want to be pregnant, whatever.
Yeah.
She's like flipping out about it too. but she's flipping out about it to Umberto.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Why would you put on a brave face to Simon? Like, at least then you guys could be on the same page about it's too soon. No, we don't want to have this kid. So stupid. And it's because in the snow globe, we don't talk about abortions. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we lived in a world where abortions could happen, then the conversation could be, oh my God, what have we done? Fuck, you don't want this either? Me neither. Let's just get rid of it so that we don't have to deal with it because neither of us are ready to deal with it.
Yeah.
But in the conversation where we don't talk about abortions, all you can do is freak out about something that is just an inevitability one way or the other. Like, so it's kind of like the stakes are so low because like, I don't care. Either you are or you aren't. Like, whatever, like, like nothing's gonna change. You know what I mean? Like, like you're either gonna have this baby or you're not gonna have this baby if you're not pregnant. So she's flipping out about it. Umberto's there. Then all of a sudden, the conversation becomes, "Why am I not the one that you're marrying?"
Yeah.
Because, like, why is Simon the one that you're marrying? And Rose flips the script on him once again and is like, dude, because you were supposed to be the one that I married. Yeah. You ruined it all when you left me all those years ago because you and I had been together. You were the only person I ever had sex with. It should have been like that. We should have gotten married and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was 19. You were 18. And I'm like, okay, so what are they now? 20?
Yeah.
Like, ooh, so much time has passed.
But when they're having that talk, a part of me wondered if Umberto was going to get spooked to see, like,
because she's pregnant.
No, well, not only if she was pregnant or isn't, whatever. The way she talks about how we're supposed to be married, I only wanted to have sex with you anyway, and like it sounds really crazy and it's very emotional. Where I was like, I wonder if he's getting spooked, or he's like, oh shit, what was I thinking when it comes to Rose?
Oh no,
he's really into
down
it.
on it.
Yeah, he's into it.
He full on kisses her, dude.
Yeah, he kisses her.
He kisses her, and she's like, okay, now you have to go. Like as if she can just write this off as comical. Like,
yeah.
She felt something too, because right after he left, she whistled, which was the signal that he wanted her to make if she wanted him to interrupt the wedding.
She was practicing.
Yeah, dude. She full on whistled in that moment. That kiss meant something to her.
Yeah.
And yet she's not telling him. Like, this whole thing is so infuriating. Like, it's just three idiots being idiots and not telling each other how they really feel.
Yeah.
None of them.
No.
Like, Rose needs to sack up and tell Simon that she's having doubts. Yeah. And then she needs to sack up and tell Umberto that she's not completely over him and that she still has feelings for him.
Yeah.
Simon needs to sack up and be like, tell Rose that he's having doubts.
Yeah.
And Umberto needs to sack up and tell both of Rose and Simon that he's not going anywhere, that he really loves Rose. Yeah. And if she will have him, he wants to give it an honest go with her.
Like, Annie isn't sticking to the plan that she made with Umberto, but Umberto's still sticking through it.
Which is his right.
Yeah.
But he's not doing it forcefully enough. And I don't mean forcefully. I mean, like, he's not doing it intentionally enough.
Yeah.
With enough intention behind it. Like, like fucking point blank the both of them and tell them, you guys, I am desperately in love with Rose and I want to be with her and make this work. Baby, no baby, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. We can tell. He desperately wants to be with her. If you use those words and then if Simon and Rose also use the words to each other, I have doubts, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The problem solves itself, y'all. Mm-hmm. There's no problem.
Yeah.
But they're creating the drama in a way that's like unrealistic. Like, no one talks like this. No one is this vague, unsure and not saying something.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, and why are they so afraid to tell each other that they have doubts? Why would you be so afraid of that? I mean, I kind of understand maybe Rose, because she's so desperate for love. She doesn't want to like lose the chance of having love with Simon by giving it up and saying I have doubts.
Yeah.
But then Simon, like, what's his excuse? Because he's not desperate. You know? At least he's never appeared to be.
Maybe he's just afraid of hurting people's feelings. maybe he...
I don't buy it.
I know. I don't know what excuse to give because there isn't one. He's just a sad, sorry, pathetic boy.
That's it. You're right. I guess he is those things, and that's his problem.
Like, own up to it, dude. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Yeah. Call it a fucking day. You had 6 months to understand that you are not ready.
I know.
You are trying to pay off that ring. You are taking incomplete classes. Come on.
They're both such idiots. They're all just a bunch. We've said this before. Yeah. They're all just a bunch of idiots.
I mean, they're babies.
I know. That's the other part, too. That's like so heartbreaking.
Here's the thing. This marriage could have worked if they both wanted it. The thing is they don't. So that's why everyone's like, come on.
Neither of them are sure about it.
Yeah.
So they're just like, it's like they're just trying to like convince themselves that they're sure by like, they're like playing games of chicken with themselves.
Exactly. Yes.
Why?
Like we've seen other, like we hear that there are people that get married at that age, but like they have it like with real conviction. Yeah. I am in love with this person. I'm going to marry them. All right. But these two?
Sure.
But these two?
No.
What are you doing?
The only thing that Simon is able to say with conviction, and at this point I believe him, is that he loves Rose. Because he always comes back to that. Like anytime he waffles about marrying her or whatever, it's always like, but I love her. I do love her, and I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that they actually love each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say I believe that Rose also loves him. Yeah. I just think that it's a little tougher with Rose, or tougher on Rose, because I also think that she genuinely still has feelings for Umberto, and with Umberto, it's like it's that nostalgia thing of like what could have been, all their shared history. All the family involvement that they had with each other and stuff. Like, so for her, it's like her love is split into two different directions, you know? It's such a mess. So, long story short, this rehearsal is like in full swing.
Yeah.
Everything's going, or everything's happening. We meet. So the way that they do it is like, we know that they went to church to do the church rehearsal, but we don't see it. Yeah. We cut straight to afterwards at the hotel dinner reception thing, where everybody's there except for Rose and Simon, who stopped at the house real quick to drop off Happy. So everyone else is already there. Annie, Eric, Rufy, the twins, Lucy and Kevin, and Rose's parents. Yeah. So we've already met her dad, but we hadn't met her mom up to this time, who I love that doesn't get a name. It's just Rose's mom in the credits. Like, come on, people. Anyway, so Rose's mom and Annie have this like moment where they're chatting. Yeah. And like Rose's mom is like full on talking shit about Rose, dude.
I think I'm a little nervous. You know, wasn't it scary to see the two of them up in front of the church? I mean, even though it's just a rehearsal, the real thing is going to happen in 24 hours. I do think they're going to go through with it, and I want them to go through with it. Simon loves Rose, he does, and we love her too.
She's okay. Have a drink. Loosen up. Tell me about your marriage.
She's okay?
She's a little needy, a little insecure. She thinks that marriage is going to solve that. She's wrong. Did she tell you that she's late?
Simon did mention it.
She could be lying.
Lying? Why would she lie about a thing like that?
Oh, I don't know, just to make absolutely sure that Simon really does marry her.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's from her mom, dude.
The worst part about it is how this mom thinks she has absolutely nothing to do with why her daughter is the way she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a little needy. She's okay. Like, but that just tells you she really didn't bond with her daughter.
Never. I know.
That's it. She just never bonded with her.
Which then begs the question, like, if her mom was absent from her life, is she responsible for Rose being the way she is? Like, she wasn't raised by her mom. Or was she? I guess she was raised by her parents. They just traded her off any chance they got. I mean, that's true. Okay, I forgot about that fact. Because it wasn't like she was raised by a nanny or something.
Yeah. Which, I think if she had a nanny.
Yeah, things would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude.
Yeah, her mom's a nightmare. And she's just drinking and drinking.
Drink up.
Mind
Listen
you,
up. Tell me
Annie
about your
starts
marriage.
drinking as a result too, because Rose's mom starts like prying and asking all these like intimate questions.
And Annie's like, I can't deal.
My favorite moment is when Rose's mom mentions to her about like menopause or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And Annie's like, oh, I love menopause. It's like a license to live.
It's so good. That line was the best. I was so like, great. Oh, I'm curious.
Great.
Oh, yeah, because she was not.
She went through a moment.
Yeah. She went through it, dude. It was fun.
She came out the other end. Yeah. Everything's fine. But I love that. I love that phase of Annie where she was just like, let it all hang out, baby. I feel like she finally came into herself when she hit menopause and like was able to like have opinions and share them and like not be tripping about being a minister's wife and shit, you know? Like,
she's funny, dude.
She's great.
A license to live.
So she's drinking. Eric's like, you want maybe not want to not drink so much? And she's like, nope.
Yeah.
She keeps drinking. Because Rose's mom got in her head, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Eric and her dad are talking. Mm-hmm. And okay, I want to talk about this because I feel like this conversation is way more interesting.
Yes.
Between the dads. So basically, the dad says a lot of the same things like, you know, I think she's faking being pregnant, whatever. Yeah. And I don't want them to get married. And like, I tried to convince her not to do it.
Yeah.
Which we saw. We were there for that.
Yeah.
And then Eric's like, oh, no, sorry. The dad's like, I tried to convince them not to do it. I told her maybe just like live together first or whatever.
Yeah.
And Eric's like, oh, yeah, I don't do that. Like, I don't believe in that. But the dad's like, okay, but don't you think like they would have like broken up by now if they had just lived together and then it would have been over and none of this would be happening?
Yeah.
Like all we did was just like delay the inevitable or whatever. And it's like Eric has to sit with that for a minute.
Yeah.
Because he's not wrong.
No.
Like
he's not.
Like, and I can't believe Eric is so against living together that he's still like that he's gonna double down and be like, yeah, but this marriage has more of a chance of lasting because they didn't live together first. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, this marriage is doomed.
Yeah.
And
regardless.
And it's because neither of these two people are being honest with each other. And maybe if they lived together for a while, they could have been honest with each other earlier.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. But meanwhile, they're not there. Like, they still have not shown up to their own fucking rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
And it's leaving everybody to just like get drunk and air out a bunch of dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired. Like Kevin and Lucy come up to her parents at some point.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to be like nice and fun and whatever. They're like, oh yeah, we just found out the sex with the baby, but we don't want to say anything till after the wedding.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they're like, okay, cool. Like they don't give a shit.
No, not at all. You know, it's just funny because whenever you're talking about like Simon and them living together, I forget that Simon also didn't want to live with Rose though, and he got Eric.
But that's only because she like burst into his space without them ever talking about it.
That's true. Yeah, she made the place hers, made it very feminine at some point.
She just decided she's moving in.
Yeah.
And it was never a conversation. It was never something that they agreed to. She just decided. But if they had a conversation and he didn't feel put upon, you know, it could have been a real eye-opening experience for the both of them.
That's true, though. No, I'm with you. But it's just like I forgot about that little detail that Eric was the one that had to come to his apartment and be like, Rose, you gotta move.
Yeah. Well, because he and Annie were like beside themselves when they found out about her living there. And he totally used that against her to get her to move out. Like, oh, my parents don't like it. Well, you guys are already having a problem because you guys are manipulating each other using other people. Like, we've already talked about enough about that shit.
Oh, yeah. This relationship.
Yeah. So meanwhile, let's talk about Ruthie for a hot minute.
Ruthie.
This bitch.
Uh-huh.
She meets Maximilian
The hell was that name?
Rogue. I don't know. That's the actor's name. I don't know what the character's name is.
I can't remember.
Maximilian something.
Hello, mate.
Ozzy?
Oh, no. I was trying to do a Scottish accent.
Well, you're doing it badly.
So are you.
I'm from Edinburgh.
You are not.
I am. My name's Paul.
Ruthie, I'm going to Edinburgh this summer to study.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why, you don't think I'll like it?
I don't think I like knowing that you're not going to be here. How old are you?
I'm 16.
I see. Is that your baby?
No, that's my niece. This is Savannah. How old are you?
Well, I'm just 17, but I go to college at Glenoak. My parents thought it might be nice if we got to spend a year or two in sunny California.
Well, I'll be here for another 2 weeks.
So would you like to come out with me next weekend?
Hold it, buddy. That's our sister.
Shut up. Okay, next weekend.
You can go with us if you like.
We can?
Sure, it's not as if I'd be kissing your sister on the first date or anything.
Martin who?
Yeah. Martin who? Yeah, bye, Martin.
Damn, Ruthie. Get it, girl.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. What is that, though? Oh, my God. That was so embarrassing. And he doesn't even skip a beat. Aussie.
Yeah.
Like, okay. No. Also, she says, oh, no.
Yeah.
Like Phoebe.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The way she says it is such a Phoebe moment. Oh, no.
Someone was watching Friends.
Yeah. I love the twins being all like, hey, buddy.
That's my sister.
Great twins impression.
It's horrible.
I liked it.
It just really, shut up.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to live, you'll shut up now.
So she does. She gives him her number. Mm-hmm. How old does he say he is? 17. I can't do it.
Now I want to go to Scotland.
I know, right?
I want to hear all the accents.
Edinburgh. Oh, I miss it so much. That's one place I'd go back and back and back again to.
That's what I hear.
I loved it there.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. Just like so much history wrapped up in like modern civilization. Like I couldn't like, you're just like walking down a street of like tourist trap shops. And if you look down, it's like the same stones from the 1800s, you know, like what are we doing? It's so cool. But anywho, so she meets Maximilian and apparently she's into it.
Oh, she's definitely into
For
it.
at least 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
While he's here and she's still here. And then he's going back and she's going back.
Yeah.
Or going there. So they could potentially continue their romance
Yeah, maybe.
in Edinburgh.
I just. Oh, Ruthie. Well, whatever. Let her get over Martin already.
Well, and yeah, she is. At this point, she has to be.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, he's not on the show.
Yeah. That's right. We're never going to see him again.
I can't believe that's what they thought.
I know. I know. What a shame. Like, what a damn shame for the character of Martin.
Yeah. I can't imagine. I'm assuming we're going to see him season 11. And
No, we know we are. We already talked about this.
But, like.
But he didn't know that, and the audience didn't know that.
No way.
And Ruthie didn't know that. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep.
Nothing's going to happen between those two.
See. I know. It's such a bummer. Imagine we come back in season 11 and she's with Maximilian.
She just might be.
That would be so amazing.
Or she might have, like, you know, a few boyfriends.
I guess Dave Franco never went anywhere.
Oh, seriously, dude. Oh, man, this show's so good at that.
What is the point of any of that shit, dude? God damn it. Like, what a disservice to the character of Ruthie. Imagine, though, in the next episode, the final moments is like every single one of her ex-boyfriends shows up.
Oh,
Peter, Martin, Dave Franco, Jack, Sam.
Jack.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
Wait. Yeah. You're like, nah.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be sad, actually.
Damn it, Martin.
I know. Oh, the boy that got away.
No, really, he did, though.
Yeah. He really just got away.
I don't know what happened, but he's like, peace, I'm done.
So, Oh, and then this is like not really anything, but the twins want her to draw mustaches on them like she used to. And I'm like, when was this ever a thing?
We never saw an episode with them having mustaches on. And then, of course, okay, the moment you saw the marker, did you think, okay, that's a Sharpie, isn't it?
It didn't occur to me. I was just like, well, these better come off before tomorrow. But it never occurred to me that they would make it a joke that they didn't.
Yeah.
So, what I was going to say is while she's drawing the mustaches on the twins, though, she has a flashback of her own to when she and Simon were training Happy to do tricks.
Yeah.
Remember? And so she would do them so that Happy would have something to copy.
I'm not sentimental. All right, go on. I'm not emotional
about this. It worked on me, man. And I remember us covering that episode too when she's like, when he calls her, when Happy calls Happy a genius.
Yeah.
Sorry, when Simon calls Happy a genius.
Yeah.
And Ruthie's like making a face like, and he's like, what? You're not a genius.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, I am.
So cute.
They were so cute.
And I'm looking at the camera quality.
Oh, so much worse.
I'm like, what?
HD, baby.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even HD. I think it was digital.
Yeah.
I think, no, never mind. I don't know. I'm making it up. What do I know about TV? But yeah, that was much worse in the 90s than in the 2000s.
God.
But yeah, just seeing all these flashbacks to like baby Ruthie and like 10-year-old Simon.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, how far we've come, dude.
Yeah. And seeing
Like-
Matt being like parent number 3 in that first flashback.
Was his hair
that long?
ever that crazy?
Yeah.
I was so into it. And now I'm looking at it and I'm just like, ooh. It's like so much.
It's weird. I think that haircut was for like that long. The hairdo that he had,
Yeah.
I think might have been like the first 3 episodes,
and then it was cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And then it just like right at his collarbone.
Yeah, because that hair was like, damn, that was out of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was insane.
Was so sweet though, all these little flashbacks. Like, what a cute way to do it too, because they weren't super like poignant flashbacks. It wasn't like 1-to-1 comparisons of like, oh, see, history is repeating itself.
Yeah.
Like the things that are happening now were happening then. There was some of that, like with Simon praying and whatever. But then I think with Ruthie, for example, drawing mustaches and then reminiscing on doing tricks with Happy, that had nothing to do with anything. It was just her reminiscing on like times when she was their age.
Yeah.
And the hijinks that they would get into and like them being together, you know?
Yeah.
It was really sweet. I loved these little flashback moments.
But my favorite flashback, or the reason, not my favorite flashback, but I want to say I like how it led to the flashback was Ruthie. When Kevin comes in and she goes, cramps, and he walks back out. All I said was cramps. It's so, I loved it.
And it leads to Lucy telling the story of when she first got her period.
How she's trying to be a woman. Like she's like doing a headstand, waiting for, I don't know what to drop.
Yeah.
I don't know what to drop.
And I really love that touch of, because Ruthie's on her period, right? So she like Eric is talking to her and he's like, oh, you don't look so good. And she's like, cramps. Yeah. And he's like, oh, can I do anything? And she's like, we can pick up tampons.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's right, regular, no perfume, whatever. Like he knows all the things. Yeah. It's not even awkward or embarrassing. It's just like he's there. He's gonna do it. And I loved that little moment because it calls back to that first episode when he's trying to tell Lucy, like, it's chill, dude. Like, I did this for Mary. Like, it's all good. Like, it's not embarrassing. I'm your dad, whatever. And here we are 10 years later. He's doing it for Ruthie. Like, it's like not even a thing. You know, it was really sweet to see that full circle moment.
Like, I appreciate that it's not a thing, but I still found it creepy when Mary goes, okay, tell him.
Oh, I know. And she like pushes Lucy forward.
I'm a woman now.
Which, no, and then she doesn't even say anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Eric's like, oh, am I to assume that congratulations are in order? And she like nods. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's exciting. That's an important time in your life. How about you and Mary and your mom go out to dinner, like my treat? And then he like sticks his hand out for her to shake it.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most awkward exchange between father and daughter ever in the history of exchanges. Like,
I still found that really weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it wasn't cute then. It ain't cute now.
But what is cute is Ruthie standing on her head.
Yeah.
And Eric being like, don't grow up too fast.
But I like it whenever she's like, you want to get me like she just keeps egging like Kevin, like, want to get me tampons. He's like, come on, why does she keep doing that? I love it.
Oh my God.
But
and then when
though,
right,
just she's like, why do you keep doing that to him?
No, but what I love is like, because it's after that scene that Simon then comes over to Lucy's to confide in him about the fact that Rose might be pregnant, right? Mm-hmm. And Lucy's like, okay, well, you don't know she's pregnant. Like, she could just be really stressed out because of the wedding or whatever. Yeah. Essentially trying to like find an excuse for why she could be late, right? Uh-huh. And Kevin's standing there and he's like, yeah, this conversation makes me uncomfortable when it's not about my wife, and like walks away. And I'm like, okay, so you're all cool about hearing Lucy's menstrual cycle period talk, but as soon as it's about someone else, you can't handle it. Like, he's so weird.
Yeah.
Kevin is such a weirdo.
He is. It's, oh God. I don't know what Brenda was thinking.
He's a trip and a half, dude.
I don't know what she was thinking. Maybe she wasn't. Whatever.
And so they decide that they're not going to tell the sex of their baby until the graduation, where they can all be together and they can all share in the happy news. Yeah. And plus, they don't want to steal any focus from the wedding and stuff. Yeah. So Kevin is convinced it's a boy. Mm-hmm. He's convinced everyone else, too, that it's a boy. Yeah. Lucy's like, just like, okay, whatever it is, it's fine. Yeah.
Except Eric goes, he's like, it's a girl. Because, you know, he would have said it by now if it was a boy, because he's all excited about it.
Oh, afterwards, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after they don't say anything after their appointment, Kevin's like, Eric's like, well, so it's probably a girl, because he would be too excited to not say if it was a boy or whatever.
This family.
I mean, I get it, but it's like, why do you need to know so bad? They'll tell you, and they tell you. Who gives a shit? Like, whatever.
What is it? Gender reveal or sex reveal parties weren't a thing then.
They were not a thing then.
They were definitely not.
like that they use the proper term, the sex of the baby, instead of the gender of the baby, because that pisses me off when people call it gender. Like, it's not gender. Gender is a social construct. Get over it, people. But yeah, so that's okay. So then I was like, that's all that happens, right? No. So meanwhile, everyone's at this rehearsal dinner. Simon and Rose have not showed up. Yeah. Cut to the Camden kitchen, where the two of them are having a huge ass fucking fight.
Yeah.
You told everyone in your family?
Yes, you told everyone in your family.
Yeah, but it's about me.
Guys, they're waiting. It's not about you. If we're having a baby, it's about us.
If? What do you mean, if? Oh, you think I'm lying, don't you?
Maybe you could finish this in the car. I don't think you're lying. I think there's a really easy way to find out one way or another, and you're being totally unreasonable.
I don't want to know, okay? I really don't want to know. What I want to know is that you'll marry me either way.
I will marry you either way.
So it's settled. Let's go, why don't we?
You don't sound too happy about it.
Neither do you.
Oof.
Yeah. Just call it off. Just call it off. Please just call it off.
If they have to fight this much about the whole goddamn thing, it's like the writing's on the wall, kids. Just see it for what it is. Yeah. Like, why are they so afraid to admit to each other? I don't understand. And honestly, the way she's talking, it does feel like this baby thing is a trap. Because he's not wrong. Like, yeah. It's not happening to just her. It's happening to them. And why not know?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that she refuses to find out for sure feels a little bit like a trap.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I don't know how else to feel about it. It seems unreasonable that she doesn't want to find out.
And I almost... Yeah, because it sounds like you're... Like, leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it does come down to.
Ultimately, it shouldn't matter. And I think that's her point, right? Is like, marry me anyway, because it doesn't matter whether I'm pregnant or not. But if it doesn't matter, then find out.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
I don't know. They're just a couple of idiots. For? They're not. They're not good for anything. So over it. This is the problem with two-parters. We've always talked about this. Is like part one is so stupid. Like nothing happens in it.
Yeah.
And then part two is when all the good stuff happens. And of course, this part two is particularly more interesting because it's the finale. So
the finale. And are they gonna get married or not? I mean, to me, it just.
I also think it's not insignificant that Umberto is there for this fight.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we pick up right where we left off in the next episode. Like, in this kitchen with these two still fighting and Umberto being there.
Yeah. It's so uncomfortable knowing that Umberto is there, though. But
for who? For him.
Yeah, for Umberto, it's uncomfortable. But, like, just in general, like, if you think about it, what? You need a referee? I don't get it. Like,
yeah.
When you're arguing, no one is ever present. It's just you two.
Well, and it's also like a testament to how little of a threat Simon thinks he is, that he's willing to have this conversation, like this argument in front of him. Like,
true.
He's not thinking anything other than Umberto's a good friend.
Yeah.
You know, which, I don't know, man. Keep your enemies close, I guess. But yeah, let's rate this puppy. Unless you have any extra observations or thoughts.
I don't have any. It's weird. Now I sound like Sam and David.
It's weird.
It's a weird. I don't know. See, the flashbacks were kind of cute, but that's all it does. Okay, nothing. No.
2 thumbs down?
I think so.
Interesting.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't disagree, but no, I'm with you. Actually, I'm with you. This is just a not good episode.
Yeah,
there's really nothing to it.
Yeah,
I think
it's just setting it up.
It relies too heavily on the flashbacks. If I'm being honest, like it's a lot of flashbacks, and again, they're not all like necessarily poignant ones, like to where it helps illustrate a point. And the rest of it that's taking place in real time is like. Meh. I don't care about Rose's parents' dramas. Like, and really there's nothing else. Like, okay, so Ruthie meets Maximilian and then what happens? Nothing. That's really all that happens in this episode.
That's true.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it 2 thumbs down too. Sorry, Seventh Heaven. You kind of done goofed it on this one. Fake series finale or not, you done goofed it.
Fake series finale or not. Oh God, so true. So true.
All right, folks, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us on social media at For Heaven's Sake Pod, or send us an email at forheavensakeshow@gmail.com. I would like to remind you all that we will be recording the season recap episode very shortly. So if you have any questions or thoughts that you'd like us to consider or read or ponder during the recap, send those in to forheavensakeshow@gmail.com now. Also keep in mind that this is the next to last season.
Yeah.
So there's very few chances for recaps after this.
Yeah, it's true.
So good stuff. Also, if you're so inclined, you can head over to patreon.com/forheavensakepod. That's the number 4 Heaven's Sake Pod, where you can subscribe to one of 2 tiers. And until next time, bye.
Bye.